My mission is to protect
Your team
lives.
is banning.
Mighty oaks from little
Your team
acorns
is
grow.
picking.
Who said there are no shortcuts in life?
Your
I
team
literally
is picking.
invented one.
True love is like blood.
Let's go. Your team is picking.
Football and games! Two of my favorites!
Till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
said there are no shortcuts in
Your
life.
team is
I
dead.
literally invented one.
Butterflies born
team
by thy
is
wish,
banned.
guided by lantern's light.
It's my way or
Your
the
team
highway.
is banning.
Always on the way.
Your team is picking.
As fleeting as a snowflake's
Your team
breath,
is picking.
as timeless as a glacier's heart.
Hope will find a way,
When
even
the body
when all is
suffers,
forlorn.
Your team
the
is
spirit
picking.
blooms.
A punch for a punch.
I've been waiting for too long.
Pain is the proof that I'm still
Your
alive.
team is banning.
For honor!
Your team is banning.
I will protect you.
Your team is banning.
till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Alright, hi guys, thank you so much for staying with us up to this time. Really sorry about the technical issues. However, we're back and we're definitely going to be with you for the rest of the game. And of course, we have, well, I have with me here Kronos. I'm sure a lot of you have been asking for him, but yeah, Kronos is back, I'm back, and we are going to be having commentary for the rest of the game. Kronos, I don't know if you were able to, join us for game number 1, the first game, or are you just going to be joining us for game 2 here?
Hey, I already did see what was going on in game number 1, but at this point in time, let's get straight into the action. You can see Yuki with the Tempest of Blades. You having to get out of there. That was a big clash that came out, and I think Pixels at this point in time, I do want to be. I was there for game number 1. I'm gonna be there for the next series as well. Don't worry about it. It's just I got caught up with something else. But over here, torn apart memory at the turtle, but still somehow Charming is able to survive. And oh my goodness, this seems like an exciting game already.
Does seem like an exciting game, and I think this starter fight is going to determine how the rest of the game is going to go. It's low here. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, you see that? And they're trying Eternal Guardian's pop, but at the same time, oh my goodness, that is a mega kill in the hands of Aura. And Aura, you can sense his aura all the way from the game to wherever you're sitting, folks. From the screen to the ring. and you never know where this guy's gonna go next. 4-0-0 right now, and they're looking to dominate the game, Pixels.
Yeah, definitely. Pride of Ice is going
over
to
here,
be popular.
Yuri
I think
might
the
get caught
Aurora
out.
is going to be fine. Yeah, definitely she's going to be fine there. Vexana here just going to use the grass to disengage. Retry used, but yeah, that's how it's going to go. I feel like game one was
on the bot side,
definitely
though.
much different from game number 2. Seems a bit closer. Game 1 definitely in the early game, you know, we saw a couple of times it did seem like Ecstatic had the better early game with Wild under Yu Zhong, really causing a lot of havoc for them all around the map. But yeah, somehow Izanagi Alpha was able to, you know, get their groove back, you know, come back into the game, and then, you know, just basically it was a reverse sweep. So I'm guessing basically Ecstatic has nothing to lose, you know. Oh, but in the bot lane here, it's going to be Ruby missing that I'm offended.
Yeah, they might be fighting. Curse. Yeah, but the cursed blood was used though by Aizen at the right time as well, and I think right now skill issues, he might see that, and he does. Look at Eternal Guardian, they popped the kill on towards Charmig. I don't know, this Nolan is not having a good day at the office thus far, Pixels, because the way this game is going, seems like the red team, which is Izanagi Alpha, might be able to take it away. Skill issues somehow still survives. Wilt over here should get caught out. Yuki goes in. He does have the Tempest, doesn't want to use it, but oh my goodness, the jab combination helps him survive with that extra bit of shield, gives that extra bit of sustain. Meanwhile, on the top side, Aura demanding attention by this Brody Sakura over here. Ruby trying to zone them away, but at the same time, they get the turtle started in Izanagi Alpha.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an easy total secure here for Izanagi Alpha. This Akito pick here, I don't know if it's, you know, inspired by Mikey on that pack yesterday. Ooh, Benedetta here.
But yeah, oh, that Fracture was so close, Pixels. Fracture was so close. He was missing by pixels, to be honest, not gonna lie. And I agree, you're right, Wilt, and I don't know, did he get inspiration by watching you know, Mikey last night? It could be a different story, but I'm telling you right now, Aura over here, he's dictating the pace of the game, not anybody else. He's the one that wants to pick the fights. The rest are just you know, side characters of the story. I feel like he's the main character for this one. Yes, you got to support in the form of skill issues with this Vexana, but the way this game is going, he is the one that's getting all the limelight.
Yeah, Ashura is the one getting all of the limelight. I feel like the effect, or rather the presence of the pack, is not, you know, as, you know, obvious as it was when Mikey was playing it in the jungle. You know, in the jungle you tend to have more you tend to be in every team fight. Technically in the EXP lane you can clear the waves faster. Ooh, beautiful. I'm offended here.
Frigid Glacier comes out, but meanwhile you see everything thrown at them. They go with the Tempest of Blades. Will they get one and trade one in return? But he's trying to pick up the blades, but not enough damage. But the damage coming out from skill issues, they can't catch him. And seems like he did not get inspired by last night's Mikey, really. I don't know what he's thinking. He wanted to pull an Mbappe, folks. Turned out to be a Harry Maguire in this case. He's not having a great day, but you can see once again, but overextending from the side of Aniel Red. And he gets caught out. And this is a good opportunity that's provided to them by Izanagi Alpha. So Ecstatic might have something to play with over here.
I really do need to commend Ruby here. Back to back, basically immediately that I'm offended comes off cooldown. You know, she did start the fight in the bot lane with that beautiful I'm offended flicker, and another I'm offended catching two in that mid lane tier too. And I feel like right now everything seems to be going really well for Sakura on that Ruby. And yeah, if the Ruby can, you know, keep getting catches like that, but Wields is going to...
Oh my god, Wilt gets taken down, and at the same time Yuki goes into the backline with the Tempest of Blades. When the Finch poise, Aizen gets the I'm offended caught on towards him by Sakura, and not enough. You know what I wanted to cover a little bit before this,
Yeah.
Pixels? You were talking about how Sakura was doing the good I am offended that just at that time he just used it on towards the red buff, right? He just mid completely. It was a little funny if you take back. You want to troll him, you want to get some meme content, you got it right there. And right now they get the Lord as well. So with the Lord marching in right now, it should be coming down the bot side. They have a lot of control. It's not a Luminous Lord, so they should be looking to take down at least a lot of tier 2.
They have the potential to take out at least all outer turret. Well, it's just the one in the top and the mid lane standing. Technically, I feel like they should be after this fight.
Ooh. Fracture, I'm offended, Frigid Glacier, everything thrown at them along with the Electivire, bro, and Wilt is the one that's fallen down. You can see what I was talking about, folks. He is not having a good day, and right now he's the one to fall down. He fell down 3 times for nothing, just overextending the whole time. And right now, Ling, the one leading the charge, Yuki, he wants to go in on towards Valeria. Actually, at this point in time, they get the holy defenses proc on the top side. In the mid, bot should be next, but the Lord is left unattended, left unchecked, and right now they might find something. Tempest of Blades on towards Charisma, but he's able to pick up the Blades. Not enough. The Carming will not go down, but at the same time, you see everything thrown at the Manny Herald. He's able to survive, and he goes in with that big Eternal Guardian knockup as well. So enough space created for them to make sure they get an inhibitor, which is the bot side. Mid should be next, but they're not able to get it. Aizen already used up the Curse of Blood. This is a messy team fight, to be honest, Pixel. It's been messy, but I think they got what they came for.
It's been messy, but I was about to say that they definitely got what they came for, and even more. Another Curse Blood here. Yeah.
Ooh, the Curse Blood was so beautifully connected right on time thanks to the Pride of Ice. She is able to survive a Bambi, but meanwhile on the top side you see Tempest of Blades again getting Charmig, and the next one to fall should be that inhibitor. So claiming free real estate in the top side, they get bot as well. And you're right, Pixels, they got more than what they came for as well. They got the inhibitor, but they got a lot more along with it, extending the goal lead to 10,000.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that is way more value than you can hope to get from a level 1 Lord. It wasn't even an enhanced Lord or luminous Lord, you know, and they were able to use that. So while it seems they are still trying to be aggressive here, maybe trying to see if they can use this minion in the bot lane to see maybe they can force something. I don't think this is possible though.
Ooh. The way Aura is going at the base, I feel like it is. He already got it down to less than half HP. He is chunking down at the base. Curse of Blood connects on towards Sakura and gets terrified to get taken down. Tempest of Blades is there to try and pick up the kill. Frigid Glacier was popped, so making sure that everyone is in their places. But at the same time, he goes in with the electric final blow on towards the carry, who is not able to dish out the damage. So he's between a rock and a hard place. And right now, that is where Ecstatic are. And seems like in Xenagi Alpha, they might have to back off because the Lord is up, and this is a good opportunity for them to pick up the Luminous Lord and move forward in the game.
Yeah, I think definitely this is going to be an easy Lord secure for the side of Xenagi Alpha. I really thought they would be able to end the game there if they went a bit aggressive, but it was a very, very risky play to make. You know, it's one of those moments where you're ahead, you think you can end the game, like just one more hit, and then suddenly you get you know, frozen by the Aurora, Frigid Glacier and stuff like that. I'm offended, and then suddenly you find yourself struggling to get back into the game. I think Xenagi Alpha was actually disciplined enough to notice, okay, I think we're probably overextended right here. Let's just take a step back. The Lord is up, no need to force anything, and yeah, definitely we will do better with that enhanced Lord marching down the mid lane here. I feel like I really don't see Ecstatic defending this here, Kronos.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And right now, this might be checkmate because Yuki goes in onto the back line. Sakura is the first one to fall down. They get a Curse of Blood. Tempest of Blades goes up as well. Like the final blow comes out on towards Wilt, but they want to target the base. And it seems like the base crystal is left exposed. And right now, Ecstatic running to their base with the tails tucked between their legs like a wounded animal. We'll have to call it game set match. It was beautifully played from the side of Izanagi Alpha. What a game. With all the technical issues that we had, Pixels, I still feel like this was an absolute banger of a game.
100% Kronos. And, you know, the first game, I feel like this could easily have been a clean sweep with how the first game went. And, yeah, unfortunately for Izanagi Alpha, or rather for Ecstatic. The game started really well. It did seem like they were going to get one game off of Izanagi Alpha, but Izanagi Alpha were the ones to, you know, keep control, make the decision. The same way we saw them, you know, utilize our first Lord, try to force, you know, just testing the limit, see, okay, can we end, just putting enough pressure without over committing, and then throwing the game, and then knowing when to back off, knowing when to call it off and say, okay, we don't want to throw this game here, best we just go back, get the Lord. And they got the Lord, they executed it perfectly, you know, especially with the gold lead that they had. I think it was just too much for the side of Ecstatic to come back from. They had a fed Brody, basically full items, double the gold of almost all members of the side of Ecstatic. It would have been very, very difficult to, you know, keep that Brody in check. And in the defense, the Ruby being the first one to fall means you don't have any serious form of, you know, control or quote unquote tanky or sustain EXP that can hold them back. And yeah, once the Ruby fell, I think it was GG's from there. And yeah, that's going to be Izanagi Alpha taking both games off of Ecstatic. Yeah, so basically Kronos, yeah, I think with what we have seen, yeah, Ecstatic will just have to go back and then plan their games better. I feel like they are in the relegation zone, so they'll probably be dropping to the lower league, to the Challenger League. And unfortunately, even though they try their best, there are definitely a lot of improvements. There's a lot of room for them to make changes and then come back better. To be fair, they just started the tournament poorly, but they were getting better close to the end. Unfortunately, it was too late for them to, you know, make it work. I really feel like there's a lot of potential there, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what they bring to us.
Yeah, I think you're right. You couldn't have said it more perfectly. The only part I want to slightly cover up on is I know Aizen is given the in-game MVP. He did a good job with the Carmilla, but I feel like the MVP for this game has to be either skill issues or, you know, Ashura. Ashura or Aura. For me, it says Aura, but I think it's Ashura if I'm not wrong. So yeah,
it's Ashura.
the Brody or yeah, Ashura. So it should be the Brody or the Vexana. Definitely the one of the two, the MVPs. So Aizen, bro, I think you need to get down from your high horse a little bit. Don't worry about it. You played a good game though, my guy. No hate. You know that. Much love from Kronos. But yeah, just trying to say Ashura and skill issues was just controlling the game. And you know, it comes down to that river control once again, Pixels. It's all about having this Vexana. Every time we see a Vexana in the team, you know they're gonna control these team fights with that deadly grasp and the Eternal Guardian. And that's what it was the entire time. So it was just a beautiful game to watch, and I'm just excited for the next one. I believe it's El Cartel versus Xenagogue, right?
Yep, it's El Cartel versus Xenagogue.
Is that the next game?
Yep, that's the next game. Xenagogue sitting high.
Which team are you a fan of?
In number, definitely Xenagogue, man. So basically, I think I'm going to be a bit biased in this game, match number 2, because yeah, Xenagogue have been playing so
Yeah,
good.
I like El Cartel. I remember El Cartel. They were good.
They still are, honestly.
El Cartel were good. So I don't know. I haven't watched them.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back for match number 2, El Cartel versus Xenagogue. We really hope you all stay with us, and then we'll be right back to get into the game.
walks this world, unseen by mortal eyes. People prayed to the Immortal One to safeguard the sanctity of peace.
The ceremony's starting! It's Suyo! It's Suyo!
I bear this mask, for this duty is mine alone.
What is this? Is the ceremony over?
Mommy, I'm scared.
What is that?
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!
In their hearts, fear festers into darkness. But deep within, there is hope to crush that fear. Through this mask, I see no fear.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, guys. Welcome to match number 2, and it's going to be El Cartel versus Xenagogue. Of course, one match that everyone have been looking forward to, and yeah, personally, I'm excited. I'm sure Kronos is just as well ready here, and we are going to be going through the drafting stage together. I myself, Pixels, and Kronos. Kronos, welcome to game number 2. Match number 2.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. I am glad to be here and part of the Mobile Legends Nigeria League. Of course, we are in week 5, day number 5. And like you mentioned, it's El Cartel versus Xenagogue. And if you ask me, I'm a personal fan of El Cartel, folks. Don't get me twisted. I like El Cartel because of what I've seen them doing before in the previous seasons. So I don't know Xenagogue much, but I hear their new kid on the block that's been doing work, has been putting in a lot of good energy and providing what they kind of, you know, the extra bit of flair that the Nigerian league needs.
Exactly.
So at the moment, I believe this is the most anticipated game of the night, of course, and I feel like it's gonna get really tough for both teams. And you can see the bans that are coming out already just to make Pixels' life a little easier. I'll be talking a lot more in your ear, so don't get annoyed if you hear me too much. You got Tigreal on the side of El Cartel, which is the blue side. Of course, you got the Khalid being taken off the table as well. The chip is out of the question. But at the same time, on the other side, you can see that Sicilian, along with the new Suyo, has been taken off as well. So the final ban coming in, I feel like it's got to be a target ban once again. But never mind, it's Pixels' favorite hero in the Land of Dawn, and that is that Zushin that gets banned out. But right now, the first pick from El Cartel. This is why I like El Cartel. They have a lot of heroes to pick from, but they prioritize what is needed for the team. They go for the Matilda, provide so much flexibility, a lot of mobility, and you get a lot of heal. At the same time, you get the engage potential, the disengage potential, and it just works wonder. And now you can build a draft around this Matilda, and you can go for the Bruno in the goal lane. You go for the Alpha, the Bane, the Martis if you want to pull it off, maybe a Hayabusa, Ling. It all works out. But on the other side, for Xenagogue, they go for the one and only
very
Phoveus
solid
on the
picks,
EXP
Kronos.
lane.
Those are really solid picks.
Yeah.
Solid first 2 picks for the side of Xenagogue.
Yeah, what do you think about this Aurora? Again, Aurora has been such a staple in this entire league thus far. Yeah, it's passive, right? I think it's a passive pick.
Yeah, it's always really good to have the Aurora in your draft. Like, you almost can't go wrong. I feel like she's close to having a Vexana. Fine, you might end up. She just does really well, especially with the passive. You know, the Pride of Ice is difficult to dive an Aurora, especially when she has that passive on. And yeah, basically, I love the first 2 picks coming from the side of Xenagogue.
Yeah, I like the Aurora again with the Phoveus looking to play front to back. But the problem is they let go of this Hilda. And now this Hilda is going to be an absolute menace in the back line for the side of Xenagogue, and especially in the right hands. And I believe it's El Patron that's going to be playing that as well as the EXP laner, if I'm not wrong. So he's going to be doing really well this time around with this Hilda. It's absolutely annoying with the extra heal that you get from the Wilderness Blessing, which is the Hilda's passive. When you go into a bush, you get a heal, you get extra bit of shield, you got the Revitalize to help you survive a little longer, and the Matilda with the Guiding Wind providing more shield and more heal. And then if you pick the Flask of the Oasis, that's even more heal. So like you're heal maxing out the entire time. So and the only way that they can counter that on the other side, if they got a lot of DPS, and to be honest, even DPS needs the Sea Halberd to start dishing out the damage. Only then they'll be able to do anything or even tickle this Hilda at this point, along with the Lilia doing wonders. But they go for the Rafaela, so they're trying to counter all that heal with a little bit of heal. You know, healing for everyone.
Exactly.
That's what this game's gonna be about.
Well, yeah, there's the heal, and then the slows, you know, that can be brought by that Lilia. I feel like that's a primary thing that Xenagogue are probably trying to play against. You know, the Hilda is, as you said, very, very like she's a bully. So basically, the Hilda is going to be chasing you down every single time. Just that little extra movement speed could be the difference between a team fight that is won or lost. Especially if you have the Fulvius that is almost like he just wants to go in, demonic, unstoppable force, jump, jump, jump into the back line. And if you don't have the Matilda to pull you back when you engage, it's something similar to the Alpha Matilda combo, where the Alpha is a kind of hero that just wants to, that can go in but has no disengage. So similar to the Fulvius, he can't go in, and usually you don't see people rocking the flicker on the Fulvius. They usually go like vengeance, most likely to help their sustain, unless if they are forced to do it. So if you do not have that flicker on the Fulvius, you need something that can pull you or at least boost you out of those sticky situations. And I feel like this Rafaela, hopefully, if she's invited to every party, can make or break these drafts coming for the side of Xenagogue.
You're right. I think yesterday, I think this is because you saw what happened yesterday and it left an impression in your head, Pixels, about having this Rafaela just not getting the entry at all in the mid lane all alone compared to the every member of every member of the team on the top side. So not providing the heal is kind of being annoying. At this point in time, looking at the rest of the bans, of course, they take off the X-Borg for the true damage and the extra bit of slow that can be provided from the other side. It'll just be unstoppable with an extra bit of heal, mobility. So I like the X-Borg ban. I like the Nathan ban to secure that late game damage as well. And Brody to prevent that early game power spike. And also the Clint. We've seen how bullying this Clint can be. So 2 lane bullies taken off the table. But wait a minute. Don't tell me, Jay. Don't do this, Jay. Not right now. Oh my god, I got shocked. I thought he was gonna go for the Mia. But Mia's good. Mia's good. Don't target me, folks. Don't come at me. We're gonna see the Claw right now in the goal lane. So the Claw does work really well this point in time. But at the moment, I feel like the Lilia will pose too much of a threat to the Claude when you're trying to target down the Hilda. So Lilia is kind of controlling these team fights in a way. You could say it's the Lilia and the Aurora. Again, coming down to the 2 mid laners, in my opinion. So this game, let's see how it goes so far. At least the draft is looking decent from both sides. But yeah, this was expected. Definitely. Come on. You cannot give Cheesy a Bane.
You can't.
With the Matilda even. Yeah, you're asking for trouble right now. And Void, really? You give Void Haka a Beatrix? I don't know. I feel like this game is all over already. I feel like El Cartel got it in the bag already. But the jungler coming out from the side of Xenagogue, the Xenagogue jungler might prove a different point right now. And I believe this should be another tanky, beefy boy, but in the form of a fighter, not necessarily a tank. So if you're going for a tank, probably go for an Akai. But if you're going, no way. Danny. Yeah, nah. I was gonna say Alpha is the one that you gotta go for with the fighter instead of going with the Fredrin.
Yeah, an Alpha, a Barat.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know how I feel about the Barats.
No, Barats is not. I feel like Barats is really bad. Alpha is the one that works here, to be honest. Because you want to dive in. Yes, if you dive in, you're gonna be in no man's land, but it's the one that you want, where you want to be. At least dish out the true damage. And it seems like Danny understands his position. He understands he has to be the sacrificial lamb for this game. Not even Tata with the Phobius. So just a matter of time. So the draft is set at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, Pixels, which team do you think is gonna be the better one?
You know, I already said I'm going to be biased in this one, but if I'm being really honest, the drafts coming from the side of El Cartel looks really, really scary. I can't lie, man. That's Matilda, the Hilda, the Bane. Damn. The Bane does so well against the Alpha, you know, against that Claude also, that deadly catch. I can't emphasize how annoying it is, you know, when you are trying to say, healing for everyone is going in, trying to engage, and then you have the deadly catch just stopping you in your tracks, and then Lilia with the blooms trying.
You gotta run away. You go this way with the healing, deadly catch, turn around and run away. That's what's gonna happen.
It's going to be very, very difficult. But we are going to head right into the game here. Kronos, please welcome us into game number 1.
Hey, we already here in there. We're game number 1 and match number 2 for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Mobile Legends Nigeria League. Of course, we are week 5, day number 5. The casters for this one, myself, Kronos, alongside me, the one and only Pixels, who has been doing a fantastic job to make sure the stream comes to you as great as possible. If you have any problems, don't take it up with him. He's done a good job. You can keep those complaints to yourself. And right now, you can tell that El Cartel is on the blue side, along with Xenagogue on the red. This is the most awaited match, not just of the day, but I feel like the entire tournament. And it's come up to this point in time where it will boil down to this very one fight to see who will be the one that can have bragging rights in the Mobile Legends Nigeria League. And I know before you say anything, Pixels, I know you're going to say Xenagogue, but trust me, before you say it, I'm going to say El Cartel.
So basically, yeah, I think I want to just give a couple of pointers to, I'm not trying to jinx them, but players that we really need to look at, keep an eye out for. Players that, if they are not taken care of, would definitely be causing a lot of problems for either team. For the side of El Cartel, of course, you said that yourself, Void Hacker on that Beatrix. It's so difficult to shut him down on the Beatrix. You can only say, okay, we're going to focus the gold lane. We're going to try to apply so much pressure there and hope the Beatrix, doesn't scale well into the mid game. But Void Hacker knows how to play safe. He knows where to be, when to be, and he pays so much attention to the map that it's so hard to catch, him off guard. But for the side of Xenagogue, definitely Tata is the one we would, need to look out for. I know Tata is going to be causing a lot of problem with that Phobios. Those zones, I feel like Void Hacker, Tata, they are the ones that are going to be controlling this game. They will be giving us a game to look out for.
Hey, they're gonna give us a game to look out for. I agree. They got Void Haka on the goal lane, of course, Tata on the EXP side for Xenagogue. But you know who you forgot this, my guy? You forgot El Patron still exists. You got El Patron on this hill that he's not gonna let Exodius just walk around freely around the map. So of course, Conquest right now providing a little bit of vision for his team, and EXP lane, you can see the battle dish out already. They're going toe to toe. These beefy frontliners, they want to poke each other, and they know they're not gonna kill each other. They're just doing it for fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like there's something I forgot to mention. Yeah, Lilia, as you said, is technically going to be the one in the middle of all those team fights. It's going to be like the anchor kind of, or like a secondary anchor. Fine, you have the Matilda, for those engage, disengage. But this Lilia, especially gone on that Lilia, is, I feel like he's one of the best Lilia players I've seen, honestly, on the server. And if he actually is able to find success, I feel like in the next game, we should be expecting to see a Lilia ban coming right up. Like, even if they do not win the game, we should be expecting to see a Lilia ban. And to be honest, I just can't wait to see how this game is going to go. Yeah, first auto is going to be spawning less than 5 seconds here. Kronos, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a first auto that is going to be hard contested, or a slow one like we can see here? Xenagogue giving chance.
I think they're gonna contest from both sides. You can see that Danny already trying to get the turtle, but El Patron on towards him. But here comes the Frigid Glacier. They pop that at the same time. He gets the turtle with the retribution. Spear of Alpha to get out of the Tata right now in the thick of it with the vengeance as well. Deadly Catch comes out. They're trying to go in, guiding wind to make sure they can kite away. But at the same time, they can't really pick up any sort of kills because Danny doesn't want to fight. He says, guys, I got the turtle. Let's back away. Let's focus on the goal lane because that's where you get first blood, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
White Haka gets taken down by Jay in a 1v1 situation, which came about because earlier Jay froze the waves, so he got a lot more gold compared to Void Haka, knowing that he already is on the back foot because you give Void Haka he's so strong with. And then now he just made the most out of the opportunity. Great macro play, which turned into a micro play.
how often do you see the Claude getting a solo kill on the Beatrix in the early game? I don't think I've seen that too often. Definitely, that has to be really, amazing macro there by Jay, knowing the strength, the limits of that hero and using it perfectly. I think this is a pause request here. And yeah, we're just going to grant that pause and probably go over things that we have probably missed, or basically right now, yeah, this kill on the Beatrix, I feel it is going to be something that will shake how this game is going to go. uh if if both teams decide to play it like not slow, but they keep this momentum that they have, and then both gold laners, scale equally. Definitely, the Claude should get there faster now that he does have that one kill, in his pockets. But I don't know how the Beatrice works exactly, but does this one death set the Beatrix back anyhow?
Not really, if you ask me. That one death shouldn't really do anything. Once you get the Blade of Despair, you're just starting to start dishing out a lot of damage. You get the penetration. If you're able to land your skills, you have a lot of raw damage anyway. So the later you get into the game, the stronger she gets, especially in the mid game mark. Let's say around 10
Yeah.
minutes is when you see Beatrix's full power, right?
Mm.
Full power coming at you. It's just a matter of time till we get to see that. So I'm just waiting to see. The Claw definitely ahead. He's gonna be a lot of problem. He's gonna create a lot of problems in these team fights for sure. It's just a matter of time to see, especially that he's ahead right now. But like you said, it will probably come down to Tata just trying to zone them away, providing them space, and at the same time, if just a big if El
Big
Patron
if.
is able to create the space for him for his own team in the same way, then it's just gonna come down to which EXP laner can sustain longer.
Yeah. And I think we can see that both EXP laners right now have been trying so hard to make sure neither one of them has too much, room to roam around the map. You can see in that top lane, they're always, attending to the waves immediately, and then always keeping an eye out for the opponent's EXP laner. So definitely that's something you want. You don't want the Fulvios or the Hilda, out rotating you and then going to probably stay in the mid bush. But the fight here, Spear of Alpha.
Oh, the fight breaks out, and you can see Circling Eagle is there. Spear of Alpha was used as well, but the Frigid Glacier comes out. They get the kill on towards Conquest, and there is the double kill that you were asking for. Void Haka gets it. The Shadow Energy bombs coming out from Gon to zone them away, but the Renner's Apathy connects to Danny, but not enough damage. And if he had the Blade of Despair over there, which he did not get thanks to, early kill coming out from Jay, this would have been over.
Yeah.
So you can start seeing that these small changes, these small interactions are starting to add up as the turtles spawned already.
Yeah, turtle spawn. Tata, of course, has been spotted out in that bush, yeah, and is going to immediately Unstoppable Force actually trying to commit onto the Matilda. I think Matilda is going to be fine here, but Kronos, Tata is trying to do something in that
Ooh.
back line.
Oh, but at the same time, you can see Deadly Catch coming out, and they actually miss out the turtle. Frigid Glacier is there, but Tata still somehow survives. Exodius is the first one to fall. Tata still stays along. How long is he going to survive? He bought enough time for his teammates to pick up the turtle and come back into the team fight. Cheesy a little early with that Deadly Catch. So the Deadly Catch, yes, it's really deadly if you use it at the right time. In this case, he hasn't used it at the right time 2 times in a row, and he's lost out on both turtles thanks to that. So right now, if you ask me, it seems like the side of Xenagogue is kind of ahead, and I can see that smile from ear to ear already coming up from the side of Pixels.
So basically, yeah, did you see the amount of times that the Unstoppable Force was used by Tata? Basically, he was just there throughout the turtle fight. Like, the zone capability, and unfortunately I wasn't able to see what the Hilda was doing on the other side. I didn't really pay attention to that. I don't know, that was just the Fulvios versus 3 members. However, another thing I need to state is that I feel like the Fulvios will only be able to do this easily in this stage of the game. Come the mid game where let's say Lilia or even the Beatrix is able to join those team fights, there's going to be a lot more damage done to the Fulvius. However, I know how dangerous the Fulvius is, especially if he does have that vengeance up for him. But I feel like Tata would need to be careful here as
Oh, you can see Blazing Duet came out quite right on time as well. He got taken out, El Patron. I was talking about all the healing. You know what is a way to stop that? If 4 people jump onto you and just rob you of your entire life. That's what they did at this point in time. And El Patron, unfortunately, just couldn't do anything about it. Danny this time again getting control of the turtle pit, but meanwhile the top side Tata is able to get the kill on towards forcing a flicker from Void Haka as well. So Gon gets taken down over here. They want to invade the purple buff, but a red orange buff. But you see Deadly Catch came out on towards Exodius at the right time, and Danny gets taken down as well. So right now they're winning on one side but losing on the other end. This was a little expensive from Xenagogue, not gonna lie. It was just the throw coming in from their side.
That was a very, very expensive trade. Definitely not worth it. But yeah, once again, another fight is going to break down here. Blazing Duets. But yeah, nothing is going to happen there. That was a really, really expensive throw there. Danny did not need to fall. And I feel like as the jungler for your team, you really can't afford those dead. But in the bot lane here, Kronos.
Oh, they're trying to go for another bit fight, and you might see it come out. Deadly Catch is there at the right time. Exodius gets taken down once again. This Raphael, not able to heal everyone, but going down every single time. It's 4 deaths already for one of the core members of the entire team, at least the one that they try and revolve the fights around, because those holy healings are very important. But without that, they're already on the back foot. I can see that right now. Danny and Moose can't really play aggressive as they'd like. And on the top side, Tata and Patron are just going a ham against each other. These guys just want to fight, but at the same time, nobody is going to win. And that's why you can see the rotation is made. They're just buying time, being a distraction. And the more time they buy for their team, the better it is. And right now you can see Cheesy over here. He might get caught out. Yes, he does. Deadly Catch comes out, but at the same time, he gets frozen in place. But the guiding one helping him survive. Oh my goodness. Somehow El Cartel pulled through. Meanwhile, they get the mid lane tier 1 tower as well. And Void Haka able to steal something from right under the noses of Xenagogue.
And then we go back into, that slow pace game. It's going to be the Lord actually spawning in. Yeah, basically the Lord is up, and this is going to determine how the game is going to go. Moving from this 9-minute mark, definitely whichever team gets this Lord is going to, well, of course, it's not like you want to get the Lord and end up losing members and turrets at the end of the day, but definitely this is going to be vital here. Kronos.
Oh, you can see that coming out already. He gets the Lord right now. Then he has to back off. At the same time, Tata wants to go in, and so they want to re-engage into the fight. They go in with that circling. Blazing Duet comes out from Jay. Forced with the black shoes, but the vengeance is not enough. He gets taken down by Void Haka. And this is the power of the Beatrix I was talking to you about earlier. It's right about 10 minutes into the game, and El Patron right now trying to survive. He has to revitalize as well. Renner's apathy might be a shot out, but Exodius just able to get out of the range slowly. Conquest over here playing a dangerous game, but the Lord already on the side of El Cartel. Gonna march down the mid lane, so they got to try and make the most out of it. At least take away all the tier 2s to make sure they get some sort of control.
I feel like El Cartel right now has enough firepower to at least, as you said, take down the tier 2s. I feel like Xenagogue are trying so hard to make sure they do not lose the mid lane turret. Of course, that's going to be a very, very important turret for them to keep. But in the top lane here, Deadly Catch just to zone, that alpha out of the way. And yeah, we're going to see them actually being aggressive here in this top lane, Kronos. I think.
Oh, but on the bot side, El Patron. He gets a solo kill on towards Jay. Not really looking off camera. And I think that was important. But meanwhile, on the mid side, Deadly Catch comes out once again from Cheesy. And they're looking to siege on towards the mid lane inhibitor. The only defense is there. So they should be able to, run away a bit. But Void Haka, he has the damage right now. He has the Blade of Despair. He has the Malefic Roar. Just looking to get that Wind of Nature. And then he's going to be unstoppable after this.
Yeah. Wind of Nature definitely going to be a game changer here after it gets picked up. But yeah, look, I know you've said the Beatrix can be dangerous. The Beatrix, does have that potential to dish out. And yeah, just right on time, 10 minutes, and you can see the Beatrix picking up kills left and right, being the one zoning out members. None of the members of Xenagogue can take the amount of damage that Beatrix is dishing right now. And unfortunately for them, there's nobody that can actually get to that Beatrix. And I feel like that is going to be the problem for the side of Xenagogue here. There is no player that can get to that backline to stop the Beatrix. Fovius tries to do something here, Kronos.
Oh my goodness, the deadly catch comes up right on time, and you can see a lot of AoE damage being dished out. He gets a double kill, but he gets taken down. Jay doing the damage with that blazing duet, but not enough as he gets the maniac. Give him the savage. No, he doesn't get it. It was right there. Cheesy got one. Cheesy got two. He got three. He went for the maniac, and he got that indeed. He wanted the savage, but Gon stole it away. But right now, they got the base crystal left wide exposed. He wants to try and end. He can possibly do it. The passive from Cheesy is just too much for them to deal with.
God.
And right now, you can see, ladies and gentlemen, El Cartel pull up right now in the Mobile Legends Nigeria League on the final day, in the final game. Getting a 1-0 right now in this best of two against Xenagogue in a fight that was a really good one.
What in the world happened there? Kronos, that fight started off like, I was like, okay, fine. It was just another engage, or fine. The Frigid Glacier, we're going to have Tata trying to zone them out once again with the Vengeance and all. But what I didn't know was the Beatrix was there dishing an insane amount of damage. I know it was the, Cheesy on the Bane who ended up picking up that maniac and, getting his savage stolen by the Lilia, who, by the way, should be reported by every member of El Cartel. But she, a Void Hacker on that Beatrix literally melted every member of Xenagogue, as we take a look at the replay now. But that was an amazing team fight there by El Cartel. The right people that had to die died. Unfortunately, Beatrix did end up falling, but she had already, done the job. She had already dished out that damage, and it was basically just clean up duty for Cheesy, which he cleaned up absolutely beautifully. The Frigid Glacier was not enough. The damage from that blazing duet was not enough to push back the members of El Cartel. I think overall, this was a very, very well executed, team fight. The game in general was so well played by the side of El Cartel. And yeah, I think that's a well-deserved MVP going to Cheesy there, Kronos.
A well-deserved MVP indeed. The way he was playing, it was an absolute monster, an absolute beast. And he got a maniac. I think he was a little behind as well. He didn't get the first two turtles, missing the timing on the deadly catch. But guess what? He found the timing. And once he found the timing, he was just completely unstoppable. He got his items. He kept rolling. He kept rolling. He kept going. And then there was no possible way for them to, get a comeback. And this is why I was telling you, you got to change sides, Pixels. No more Xenagogue. El Cartel all the way.
Nah, I feel like definitely Xenagogue will hear me out. If you guys can hear me, Xenagogue, you need to take game number 2. Fine, El Cartel are a really good side. Fine, they can play really, really well, but you have the potential. I feel like I couldn't really see the impact of that Rafaela in those team fights. I couldn't see that healing, as you said. You did say it was a little bit of heal trying to use to counter a lot of heal from the side of El Cartel. Unfortunately, that Matilda was just too much.
Oof, too much. Too much.
Yeah. And as you can see from the build, it seems like Matilda didn't even get the enchanted talisman. All she got was that flask of Oasis, and it seems like that was more than enough to keep her team going basically. And you should know this was a first pick Matilda, definitely paying dividends for the side of El Cartel.
Yeah, I think this Matilda first pick. That's why I was saying you don't mess with El Cartel. But right now, I feel like You know, this might have turned how the table looks, doesn't it, Pixels? I feel like the it looks like the table right now, probably, if I'm not wrong, Izanagi
Yeah.
or not Izanagi. I'm getting confused.
Alcatel.
Shinigami, that's
Yeah,
the one.
Shinigami are the ones on top.
Shinigami, I think, yeah, they should be claiming top spot right now, shouldn't they? They should be
Hmm.
smiling.
There should be.
But hey, let's just
Unfortunately,
find out. Let's just find out.
well, I think definitely Xenagogue would be looking to do something. There's not much they could do, honestly. I feel like they were really hoping to get that clean sweep going for themselves. And yeah, since it doesn't look like that's going to be happening, I feel like Xenagogue is going to be going into game two with a lot of anger. And yeah, El Cartel need to watch their backs here as we jump straight into the draft phase of game number two between Xenagogue and El Cartel. And this time is going to be Xenagogue on the blue side. Matilda, is it going to be contested? Are we seeing it getting banned or picked up by the side of Xenagogue?
Only a matter of time. Not gonna lie, only a matter of time till we find out if they're actually gonna get picked up or not. But at the moment, you can see that the band section's already down, folks. It's the final game for the night. I wish it wasn't. We're almost coming to an end right now.
Yeah.
Mobile Legends Nigeria League. I'm about to cry, but at the moment, you know who's not crying? Shinigami. They're still top of the table. Why would they cry? At the moment, you can see the bands coming out. The Xborg is there, Sicilian on the other side as well. Of course, they switch places, folks. Xenagogue on the blue right now, El Cartel on the red. Um, I think they really need to ban out Matilda. If you're El Cartel, you don't want to give it to Xenagogue because you want to get the 2-0, of course. But if you're Xenagogue and you don't play the Matilda, then don't give it away. Because if you give away second pick Matilda, guess what they can pick with it? They can pick the Alpha, they can pick the Bane, and then you got a big problem in your hands once again.
Exactly. And we do see that Lilia getting banned out. Just as I said, whether they lose or they win, that Lilia is going to be banned out. And you know, I feel like, yeah, of course, you called it Kronos, the Matilda gets
You got
banned
to.
out.
You got to. Yeah, it's first pick material. It's first pick material. Don't deal with it whatsoever. So right now they just take it off the table completely. So Lilia is off there as well.
Yeah.
So let's just see how it goes. You know what else is there? I feel like I forgot to tell you this. Alpha in this entire tournament doesn't really have that much good of a win rate. Did you
Yeah.
know that? Did
Yeah.
you know that?
The Alpha is kind of cursed
Come
on the
on.
Nigerian server, Kronos. Basically,
That's what I'm about to say.
really, really bad win rate on that Alpha. And somehow it keeps getting picked up every single time, even though he keeps losing.
Because it's
Rafaela
good.
Ban.
It's just good.
Rafaela Ban here.
It's just a
Kronos.
good pick.
I don't know. Do you think
Yeah.
it's worth it banning out the Rafaela? I feel like the Rafaela did bad. Even from the stats, we couldn't see the effect of that Raf. Or are they just trying to make sure there's no kind of Ube stuff going on here?
I feel like the Rafaela ban is okay, but you know what the Rafaela ban put on the table? The question whether you want to ban out Suyo or Zushin. And guess what they said? They don't want to deal with the Suyo. They're willing to deal with the Zushin. And I know, Pixels, you think differently. I think a little differently too. You don't want to be dancing around, especially with the Zushin,
Not with
who's
the
going to be
Zushin.
putting those disco lights
Not with
and
the Zushin.
getting the party started. Just a matter of time.
But basically, yeah, Kronos, I feel like there's one hero I have seen do really, really well against the Shushin. Though that will depend on how the draft goes. We do see a Vexana pick. That is a really, really strong combo there. They are going to be going with the Vexana and the Hilda. However, what I was going to say is if there's one hero I've seen do very well against the Shushin, it's actually the Joy. I have seen how well Shinigami, Levi on that Joy. You need to be able to get the stacks of the lantern flare. to actually, crowd control and, mess up the enemy. But the Joy is so fast, and with the recent buff, the interval between the beats being quickened, it just means that the Joy can now deal more damage over shorter time. So basically, the Joy I've seen handled Jujin really, really well. I won't be surprised if we see a Joy picked up here by El Cartel.
I wouldn't be surprised either, to be honest. The way that they've been going around, the draft looks really good. The El Cartel can go with the Joy, but right now the bans are there. And looking at the bans, they don't want to give any sort of mobility on the other side. So they take away the Benedetta, which is a problem indeed. But at the moment, on the other side, they might be looking to ban out the Joy themselves. But they have a Brody and a Tigreal, so I don't think they should ban out the
Yeah,
Joy either.
yeah.
The
I was
chip
going to
is
say
a
that
decent
also.
ban.
Yeah, with the take and
Yeah,
the
so
Brody, definitely the Joy suddenly is
you know
going
what I
to
want to
see a
see
good
though.
pick. Yeah.
You know what I want to see. We know for a fact we're gonna look at a Bane. Okay, a Bane is coming regardless of what you say right now. But now with the Bane on the other side, I feel like an Alpha should come as well, just to see who wants to lose this game. Who really wants to lose? You just pick up the Alpha. You just lose the game. It's cursed, folks. It's cursed. I'm telling
I
you.
don't think we'll be seeing an alpha pick, honestly. There's no Raf, there's no Matilda. I think it's suicide, honestly, picking an alpha for either team. No Raf, no Matilda,
That's the whole point.
no Vexana. So yeah, you're right. If you want to lose, please pick up the alpha.
Yeah, it's cursed. It's got the Kronos curse at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, the way that it's going about, if you ask me, I feel like a Bane is a really good pick here. Alpha, it's not the best.
Mm.
Still, actually, no, it doesn't work whatsoever because you're getting kited both sides. So I'm just talking rubbish, folks. Ignore the past few minutes that I spoke about. But at the moment, they're looking to get the Lolita, which is really good. Not
That's
great against the Tigreal.
yeah.
I'm not sure if they get the Cho. If they got the Cho would be a good pick. I don't like the Minotaur whatsoever. Um, Maybe a Grok. A Grok would do nice here.
Mm. Mm. The Grok. Well, personally, I feel like if they do pick up the Lolita, it will be like, because the Lolitas are the Bulwark can actually send back the deadly catch. So that would have been maybe taking like 3 steps, taking thinking ahead of your opponent. So basically you just want to take the Lolita. So basically the Lolita would actually provide value. Oh no, never mind. The tick has already been picked up by Xenagogue, so we can't see a Lolita pick
Bane.
from them. Yeah. That's going to be the Bane picked up.
I told you.
Yeah. I think
I
that
told
was a
you. Bane's
no-brainer.
got to come through.
Has to
Exactly.
come through. And I'm
The way
actually
that it's been
surprised it
working, if
wasn't
Cheesy
banned
got
out.
a maniac,
What
Cheesy got a maniac, why wouldn't they?
I can't believe it was left open. Or do Xenagogue think they know how to take care of this Bane?
Hmm. Oh, but they go with the Balmond on the other side. However, Danny
I don't
might
like.
try to channel the inner Mobazane in him. We've seen a lot of
I
people
really
try that
don't like the
tonight.
Balmond pickup.
Unfortunately for Wild, he didn't get that with the Paquito. But
Yeah.
Tata over here going in with that Yu Zhang as well. So Yu Zhang gonna be doing wonders for his team. Especially he played really well on that Fovius. So let's just hope that he can replicate the same with the Yu Zhang. But at the same time, the Hylos, the Hylos. I'm not sure about that one, not gonna lie. You're
Uh,
gonna get poked out a lot by the Zushin. I still feel like a
exactly.
Grok does really well. Apart from that, if you really want it, just go for a Kaja.
Seems they will be going with
Hmm.
the Minotaur.
Not a fan. Not a fan. But I understand they're trying to play for the Wombo combo. But hey, El Cartel all the way. So let's see how they go.
So basically, my big problem with the draft of um Xenagogue and El Cartel, I really don't like that Balmond pick, honestly. Uh, it just looks off. I don't know why into this draft, seeing how it's basically like giving free crossbow of tanks to the 1-1, giving you're begging to get crowd controlled, by the Vexana. You're begging to, take a full deadly catch to the face. And yeah, I don't know. It just looks really, really difficult to play around. But yeah, at the end of the day, I guess
Hey, but
yeah, it just boils down to
you know,
execution.
ifs, buts, and maybes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ifs, buts, and maybes.
Mm.
But at the moment, looking at the way that it's been going about, folks, the draft is set, the stage is set. Final game for the Mobile Legends Nigeria League. Of course, we got El Cartel versus Xenagogue. Xenagogue this time on the blue side, El Cartel on the red. El Cartel already got one game up in this best of two. And at this point, you got your casters, myself, Kronos, alongside me, of course, the one and only Pixels, who's been doing a fantastic job. If you could give me a W Pixels in the chat, I would really appreciate that, of course. But at this point in time, just looking to see that this game should go about really exciting as well. But, folks, I know we got to pause because they wanted a pause. So we gave them a pause. But you know what you can give us? A W Pixels in the chat. Come on, guys. Just do that. Just
How
do
do you
that
use
for us.
W?
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's throwing gang signs. That's not how you do it, Pixels.
All right, but taking a look at this draft once again, I feel like the same thing I was saying about the Balmond and how it's going to basically be a free crossbow of tank proc for that 1-1, and then even the Tigreal into that the 1-1 is just such a beautiful pick, especially because of that CC removed the buff on her skill 2 can really mess up a lot of things and mess up the team fights for them. And unfortunately, fine, the Minotaur pick, I agree with you honestly. The Grok would have been so good in this draft. You limit the amount of effect that the Jujin can have, lantern flare, it can't pick you up. Then you have the potential to re-engage after maybe an implosion, or basically there's so much the Grok can do to really disrupt this composition. But yeah, that's ifs, maybes, bygones, and things like that. It is Minotaur who has been picked up, and we'll just have to see how the side of El Cartel are going to execute this Xenagogue, this Minotaur pick right here. But if there's one thing I'm very, very sure of, it's the fact that we are not going to be seeing so much space given to Cheesy this time. They do not want to see another maniac picked up by Cheesy. And I think Cheesy is going to be looking for his stolen savage from that game number 1. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Kronos.
Ooh, Tata over here actually able to win out the trade, but the healing coming out from the Wilderness Blessing on towards Patron on the bot side, helping him sustain longer than he should. But of course, right now, the only thing I want to say, I want to see some helicopter plays come out from Danny on this Balmond, because he is going to be spinning, and he got to be spinning his way to victory.
Yeah, definitely. Danny under Balmond hopefully can do better than we saw Crane do on the Balmond yesterday. I had high hopes for the Balmond yesterday. Unfortunately, my hopes were dashed, but I feel like this time Danny should be able to do something better for us in this game. Balmond, I don't know, it hasn't really been like one of the top picks, that I've seen people tend to go for here. But you can already see really, really early rotation there to that top lane. That kind of shows the amount of attention that the side of Xenagogue wants to put, on that top lane. The 1-1 can be a bit, but yeah, we're going to
Ooh,
have
but
a
the
dive here
bot
onto,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, first blood. Before he could even finish his words, they stole it right away from his mouth. And Tata, the ones that they were depending on the side of Xenagogue, he goes down first. So this is instantly advantage to the side of El Patron, because previous game, he was the one that's being a problem. And right now, they take off the threat right off the bat.
Yeah, and that definitely that's going to be a kill, a huge kill that's going to be deciding how this total fight is going to go. I think Yuzhong will just about get his level 4. He's not going to be level 4 actually. though he can't pick that up with the next minion in the bot lane, then use the Black Dragon form to join the team fight. We can see Baumon there trying to pick up his red buff. That is going to be one level difference here as they engage.
Oh, Minoan Fury goes in, Black Dragon as well, and he's somehow able to get the turtle. Tata is able to steal it, but at the same time, Exodius goes into the implosion, but not at the right targets. He is forced to flicker up, but the Furious Dive comes out right on time, and he somehow creates enough disruption to make sure Exodius survives. That was an expensive call that came in from the side of El Cartel, and unfortunately they missed out on the retribution, and that's why Tata was able to steal away the turtle. He is a Black Dragon. He was flying in the sky and still stole it. But here on the bot side, Patron trying to go 1v1 against Tata somehow survives with the power, with the Wilderness Blessing as well.
I think throughout the series, these EXP laners have, basically just had it out for each other. This been constant 1v1s in that bot lane. Tata and El Patron relentless in that lane. If we are going to be here, we are going to fight throughout until everyone gets back to the lane. And you can see there again another exchange. Both of them know that they are going to be sustaining back up, but there's going to be I guess they're just going to retreat here. Both teams know, okay, we have been spotted out in that top lane. Just going to fall back, try to have more control over the bushes as Conquest here on that Minotaur. How do you feel like the Minotaur is really going to impact how the subsequent team fights are going to go? Because there's one thing the Minotaur can provide that the Tigreal can't, is that extra bit of sustain, that motivational roar here. But in the bot lane,
Oh, he gets taken down. Tata once again. He has been the focal point. He has been the target the entire time. But to answer your question, what Conquest is going to be, he's just going to be a frontliner that's going to keep dying, because Wanwan over here in the hands of Void Haka is going to be using the entire team of Xenagogue to just unlock the crossbow of Tang and just unleash hell down upon, rain hell down upon the other side. So of course Xenagogue got to be careful with that one. You can see right now Turtle taking a half point, but at the same time Exodius with the 2-man implosion. He goes in with the Petrify, the Black Dragon as well. The Minoan Fury comes out, but not enough. And you can see right now Void Haka, no crossbow of Tang unlocked yet. He wants to dish out the damage, but is not able to unlock all those marks. And unfortunately they lose 2 in the process. And that was a well played from the side of course, Xenagogue. They get the second turtle as well, and now possibly the mid lane tier 1 turret. So they're able to find openings, but it's all thanks to the mistakes that's made by El Cartel.
The mistakes that have been made by El Cartel. However, I want you to know that that implosion play there by the Tigreal technically is what started that whole fight and is what made Xenagogue have that huge advantage there. That was an implosion onto 2 very, very important members. Ended up catching the Bane and Conquest. So basically, those are the 2 members.
Oh, implosion on the top side, but the crossbow of Tang gets unlocked just at the time the torn apart memory came out. Conquest, however, providing the knockup. Void Haka still somehow survives. Very luckily, he just needs to buy time for himself at the moment. And you can see right now, Jay going ham at the turrets 1 by 1. That was a really close call coming in from Void Haka, to be honest. If he did not unlock the crossbow of Tang at the right time, he would have been taken down to the torn apart memory. It was a beautiful point for them. And right now you can see Patron here. He might get caught out. Revitalize is there to make sure he survives. But at the same time, they drop the Eternal Guardian from Gone. Torn apart memory. But El Patron still survived thanks to the help of the Wilderness Blessing. And oh my goodness, this game, this team fights slowly but surely they're tilting towards one way or the other. And I think right now Xenagogue are the ones that are favoring that extra bit of tilt because they're winning out on the trades.
Yeah, we don't trade, and I feel like right now El Cartel need to be careful with that Tigreal as the Black Dragon form comes out here. Kronos.
Minoan Fury is there as well. Conquest gets the knock up. Deadly Catch finally gets the turtle. This time around, they get Tata. He's the first one to fall. They also get Conquest, but the torn apart memory comes out. But at the same time, no, the Eternal Guardian drops down. They get 3 in the process, make that 4. This should be the 5th one. They're looking for a wipeout, and they get it. They trade Void Haka's life for the 5-man wipeout, and now trying to siege at the mid lane tier 1 turret. El Cartel folks are back into the game. They were behind by 1,000, and now thanks to that one turtle fight, they take complete control of the game, getting a 2,000 goal lead altogether.
And basically, there's something I want to point out. You know, after the fight in the top lane where Void Hacker narrowly escapes and doesn't get caught off, the top lane was taking down that outer turret in the top lane, and very, very smart macro play from El Cartel. They knew, okay, we are going to give this turret. We don't want it. Immediately, they converted for another turret in the bot lane, and basically it just showed that, okay, basically we know that the side of El Cartel are going to be committing to that top lane turret. We don't want to fight. We don't want to lose too many members. Let's go down, trade evenly, turret per turret, and take the bot lane turret. And when the next objective came up, they were ready to fight for that, because there was, no pressure on the lanes. We were both down the turrets, and when that time for the team fight came, the team fight was executed beautifully to perfection. And once again, 4-1-3, Cheesy is looking like he might just be the problem. Once again, he's looking like he might be unstoppable once again. How can the side of Xenagogue stop Cheesy? What do they do about this madman, about this maniac running down, throwing sharks at them left and right? I don't know how they can stop him here, but definitely this Lord fight, which he has started, should be a deciding factor. Black Dragon form comes in.
Yeah, on towards the Lord, and you see that they get the 5-man knockup coming at the same time. Eternal Guardians use Crossbow of Tang is unlocked. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3, and oh my goodness, they want to get a little bit more. Right now, they're dominating the game. This is the 4th one to fall. They're looking for another 5-man wipeout. Moose, however, able to kite them with the Crimson Beacon and the Lantern Flare, trying to get the party started, but guess what? It's already over because Cheesy picks up a double. They lose 2, but they take down 5 once again. So definitely come out with a better trade. El Cartel dominating the game after they found their groove, after they found their mojo. They got their engines running. They got their engines oiled up. And right now, somewhere in the background, people are smiling because why El Cartel are dominating the game with the Lord marching on the top side. They're looking to get all the tier 2s and possibly end as well if allowed to do so.
Yeah, I think definitely that is going to be 2 wipeouts in the space of less than 5 minutes there for the side of El Cartel. This Vexana, this Bane are dishing out an insane amount of damage. I think El Cartel should be satisfied with just taking out the outer turret, but it will look like they are going to try with the new wave of minions marching down the bot lane and the top lane. They are okay, of course. This bot lane is definitely going to fall the turret down there. They are going to shift their attention onto that mid lane. Minions are going to be taken out immediately. No fight is going to happen here, but we do see Hilda getting caught out.
Oh, they get caught out. You can see Minoan Fury comes out at the same time. Torn apart memory was used. They get El Patron, and right now the monster kill on towards Cheesy. He picks up Exodius, but still it's just a 1-for-1 trade. But I think the side of Xenagogue coming out on top, unless they lose this inhibitor. No, they don't. But the wave pressure is still there in the favor of El Cartel. And Cheesy right now, I think he's getting a little aggressive, trying to get a little more cheesy over here. Deadly Catch comes out to zone them away. Danny right now trying to go win with that Cyclone Sweep. Oh, did you see that damage on towards Moose? I don't think they want a piece of this Bane at all. They better run away because the side of El Cartel, 6K goal lead, 6K pixels. Isn't that a little too big for them to come back from right now?
Yeah, it does seem like a lot right now, but personally I feel like the way the draft of El Cartel is built, fine, the gold is there, the lead is there, obviously the damage is there. That was just one shot from the crab claw cannon there. The ricochet damage is enough to actually get you down to almost like 25% of your HP. But yeah, even though they do have that lead, I really feel like El Cartel are still really Xenagogue, pardon me, are still very, very much in this game. Of course, they just need one team fight. Personally, I feel like Yu Zhong is going to be the one to engage
the Minoan Fury in the Eternal Guardian. At the same time, they lose Tata as the first one to fall down. Exodius is next on the chopping block. At the same time, Torn Apart Memory came up, but not enough damage from the side of Jay. So 2 frontliners taken down and traded away for nothing in return. At this point in time, Xenagogue definitely on the back foot. They're not going to get this Lord, and you can start seeing that they got to grasp at straws to make sure they get anything. And it all comes down to how aggressive they played in the early game, trying to shut down Tata in the EXP side, and that is paying wonders to them. And of course, Vexana controlling these team fights with those deadly grasps, not allowing the frontliners to be able to move at all whatsoever. So you were right. This Tigreal is having a tough game, and so does the Minotaur. But I think with the support coming in from the other side, Exodius is having a much harder time. Luminous Lord marching on the mid lane as well. Who do you think is going to end right now?
Nah, I feel like this is going to be the Lord that Xenagogue are going to be able to defend. We do see the waves perfectly synced. I think they are probably going to crash in at almost the perfect time with the Lord getting there first. But I think Xenagogue should be able to defend this here as the Lord charges down that mid lane inhibitor turret.
Yeah, Exodius trying to go in for the implosion as well. The Minoan Fury comes up. Black Dragon already used. Deadly Catch is there. They get the first kill on towards Exodius. That's the next one to fall. And that is Tata. You can see that the Furious Dive was used in. But guess what? Void Haka wants to put in the recall taunts right now. And they know the side of Xenagogue. It's already over. And at this point in time, El Cartel able to dominate the game. And oh my goodness, what a game. What a series. I told you, you got to shift to El Cartel Pixels because they picked up a 2-0. They got bragging rights.
So basically, yeah, this Kronos, I really, really do feel like this Tigreal could have done better. Fine, it was difficult. He had the Minotaur, he had the Vexana, but yeah, you need to be ready to be in the right place to know when to engage. Personally, I feel like the execution could have been the Black Dragon form, then the Tigreal. To be honest, I'm not saying the Tigreal Exodius on that tick didn't play well. He did his best. Unfortunately for him, the drafts coming from the side of El Cartel was just too difficult for a Tigreal to play, to play into. But yeah, that Balmond pick, of course, is one that we questioned. Well, I questioned. I don't know if you felt like the Balmond could be executed with what I saw yesterday and the kind of draft that he was picking it into. We mentioned the deadly catch. We mentioned how it's basically just giving free stacks onto that 1/1 crossbow of Tang, and it was basically like a suicide mission, handing that Balmond into them. And there were so many melee heroes, basically the Tigreal, the Yu Zhong, the Balmond, who had to get close up and personal. And then unfortunately there's so much peel for the side of El Cartel. You have the Minotaur, you have Vexana, you have the deadly catch, even the 1/1, even though she doesn't necessarily quite peel, you can potentially get stunned by that skill 1. And usually when that happens, it's 3 stacks, is damage, and then you have the Hilda running rampage all around the place. Basically, that's Bane. I feel like the Bane was disrespected, honestly. Kronos, they should have taken out that Bane. As you can see, another MVP, 919.
I think at the moment, not only was the Bane respected, they disrespected El Cartel. And so did you, Pixels. You got to apologize to them. Come on. I'm just kidding. You don't got to do that. But you're right. They disrespected the pick that kind of put them in a pickle in the first game. Yeah. And of course, they wanted to go for the setup with the implosion. But if the Bane on the other side, if he called it before they even picked it, right? This Bane is going to do wonders. And they picked it up, and it was easy game after that. And that's what we saw. Cheesy once again coming up with the MVP. And after this point, it's just easy peasy for them. And it was a great game. It was a great series. It was fun being here, Pixels, and unfortunately, that's the end of the MLNL. I'm sad. I'm about to cry.
That's going to be the end of season 4 of the Mobile Legends Nigeria League. And of course, we absolutely loved having you here for the past, what, 2 days? Yesterday, today. Yeah. From yesterday till today, we loved having you here. Basically, you were here for these games that really, really needed your expertise and your research that you have done around them. But honestly, Kronos, I don't think I'll be joining you in El Cartel. Personally, I'm going to stick to Xenagogue. I feel like they are. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to stand in as a coach. We don't want to lose games anymore. We want to come top in the league.
Ooh.
And I think come season 5 of the league, we should be looking at seeing Xenagogue at least first position, top one. We can't settle for less. Fine, we got a 2-0. Yeah, we lost this time, but we will be back. We will be back stronger, better. El Cartel really need to watch their backs here. But personally, really, really lovely gameplay from El Cartel. Kudos to them. Void Hacker, absolutely beautiful. Cheesy played a flawless game in both game 1 and game 2. And when you don't really see the mage of a team, but then you check the stats, check the damage dealt, and she's second, just behind Cheesy there, 47k after Cheesy, who is, well, just crazy. Of course, 100% team fight participation there from Cheesy, 83,000 damage dealt. That's 39%. And then gone on that under Vexana was basically always in the right position, not getting caught out, not just basically providing the right amount of damage needed. And it was the same thing in game 1 under Lilia. He did just enough to make the side of Xenagogue uncomfortable. So basically, Tigreal is coming for an implosion. He gets terrified. You have the Yuzhong diving into the backline, Black Dragon form. Immediately he lands, he gets terrified once again. And these little interactions are basically what make or break every team fight, because you need those engages. You can't have just the Jujin or the Brody jumping in to be the one to engage, to be the one to initiate those fights. But gone under Vexana really did an amazing job pushing them back, literally providing the whole pill. And the fact that she was not seen throughout meant she was doing something right. So really well played there from Gon. I think the draft from El Cartel was just really, really beautiful, and it's difficult to get it wrong with this draft. But yeah, that's going to be what I have to say about this game. So good job to both teams. Good game from El Cartel. And then, yeah, as you said, there's going to be a lot of people, especially in the squad of Shinigami, not crying, really, really happy, probably already throwing a party after this series. So, do you have anything to add, Kronos, before we sign out?
Hey, not much, really, folks. It was a pleasure being here, and it was an honor to be a part of the Mobile Legends Nigeria League Season 4 once again. Of course, I was here for Season 3. It was an absolute, it was amazing, and looking forward to being a part of Season 5, Season 6, here on and so forth. So, of course, showing my love to the Nigerian community, which I always have. Ever since I found out you guys were having Mobile Legends tournament, I've been here. Hopefully, I continue to be so. Just hopefully you guys show me some love as well. At the same time, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my YouTube as well. It helps a lot in terms of growing as a caster. And someday, maybe Nigeria gets its own MPL, and you might see Pixels, myself, maybe even Prince Kill, and Kami, of course, up on the desk. So you never know. Just a matter of time. Just need the support of the community. And it was an absolute fabulous tournament. Looking forward to be a part of more.
Thank you so, so much. We do look forward to having you also join us. And as you said, hopefully someday, sooner than later, Nigeria is going to be getting her own MPL, and definitely we will be there together to watch it grow. Basically, bring it up like our babies. And guys, I think I need to give a really, really special appreciation to the whole community, who have kept aside their differences, whatever team it is you support, whatever community it is you stand for, everyone just came in to support one thing, which is Nigeria as a whole, to support Mobile Legends in Nigeria, and whatever it is, through the technical issues, through the streams that were called laggy, and fix the stream better than IESF and stuff like that. But yeah, they all kept coming back no matter what happened. So that is the kind of support that helps a community grow, and that is the kind of support we need to keep growing as a community. Please do not forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, very, very important, don't forget to support our absolutely lovely caster here, Kronos. I think you
Hey,
will
thanks,
find a
bro.
link to his YouTube channel on the comment section. Please do follow and subscribe to Kronos. Thank you so much once again for joining us, Kronos. Thank you so much, everyone, the fans, the players who have, put in the effort to make sure they at least deliver the minimum in every match and do their best, to just basically push Nigeria there and show that okay, we do have something to offer. And I can't wait till when next we get to see Kronos, when next to see Prince Q. Hopefully, if he is chanced, more casters come to the stream and just deliver the best stream for Nigeria. And I think for me, that's going to be all from my side. This is going to be the end. It's actually a bit sad. Now I see why you wanted to cry, Kronos. But yeah, we're just going to not say too much. Not much we can say, of course, apart from thank you to everyone who have made this work. I think yeah, this is going to be all from me. And yeah, I guess I guess it's good night, Kronos. Congratulations. I don't know
Have a
if
good
you can
night.
say congratulations to any of the teams. I think that's congratulations for Shinigami, honestly. That means they should be coming first.
I think congratulations to all the teams that took part, of course, not just the winners. They'll make
Yeah.
it happen the entire tournament. So, and of course, the entire team that's behind Mobile Legends at Nigeria as well. So, I mean, apart from that, what else can we say? Thank you, folks, and good night.
Good night from myself, Pixels, and
See you
good
next
night
time.
from Kronos.
See you next time.